Hey everybody, welcome back. We got another math video here for you today. And as promised in our last video, we are going to be talking about perimeter today. Now, perimeter, another big math word, but it's not too scary. Perimeter is just a fancy word for saying the distance around the outside of a shape. That's all perimeter is. I even put it in red there just so, oh, we just had a flashing light there. That was weird. Okay, perimeter, yes. The distance around the outside of a shape. Okay. So find the perimeter of any kind of shape. Okay. Just add up the lengths of all of the sides. However, there's one little catch, and we talked about this a little bit in the last video. Shapes with rounded edges, kind of like a circle. There's a special way to figure those out. We are not going to talk about the rounded shapes. We're not talking about circles. We're not talking about ovals. We're not talking about any of that in this video. That'll be a special thing down the road. But for this particular point in time, we are just looking at the polygons that we talked about in the last video. That's how we're going to find out perimeter. Let's work through some problems. This is going to be a relatively short video because perimeter is not a tough thing. It sounds scary, but it's really not that tough. You see that we have a shape right here. This is a polygon, and yes, it is in fact, haha, there's that big word again, quadrilateral. We talked about that last video. Quadrilateral has how many sides? Well, there is the shape right here. We can count 1, 2, 3, 4. But we know that that prefix right there, quad, means 4. This shape has 4 sides. Quadrilateral has 4 sides. Now, to find the perimeter of the quadrilateral, I must blank the lengths of the sides. Ding, 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 right there. Add the lengths of the sides. So we're going to put add right in there. Okay, we need to add the lengths of the sides. So this is kind of a little step-by-step thing. Okay, this problem is walking us through step by step by step, okay, which is kind of helpful. So looking at the shape up here, we see that the lengths of its sides are blank, 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 and blank. Well, it doesn't matter which one we start with. Let's start with the one up on top. Why not? 5 cm is centimeters. 2 centimeters. We'll mark that off, make sure that we have them. Another 2 centimeters. We'll put an X there, and then another 2 centimeters over here. Okay. So a 5 centimeter, a 2 centimeter, a 2 centimeter, and another 2 centimeter. They even put that down here for us just in case we got stuck, but we got it figured out. So we need to find the perimeter of it, which means all we have to do is say 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. And that'll tell us the number of centimeters all the way around the outside. Just imagine that you're putting a fence up around this space. Okay, imagine this is your really cool shaped yard. And you want to put a fence up around to make sure that your critters do not get out of your yard. Okay. So we need a 2 something. Okay, it's going to be a really small fence. Okay, might not be the best example, but that's the best way to think about it. Okay, the perimeter, think about it as a fence. So ignore the numbers for now. Just look at this as if it were a fence. Okay, that's the space around the outside of your yard. That's what I want you to think about the perimeter as. It's the space around the outside. Okay, the distance around the outside. So if we add all these together, 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 2 is 6, plus 5 is 11 centimeters around that quadrilateral. Okay. Easy enough, right? It's not so bad. Take a look at these 3 as well. Okay, this one right here, 3, 3, 3, 3. Now, right off the bat, what is that shape? We talked about that last time, a 4-sided shape that's got all 4 sides that are congruent. Congruent meaning the same or equal. That is a square right there. In fact, I'm going to be fancy. I'm going to put square right on the inside of that shape because we know what that is. We want to remember what that is. But what we are looking for is the perimeter. Okay, with all of these, I want to find the perimeter. So 3, 3, 3, 3. Well, if we're going to add that up, let's write it down here. Okay, 3 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3. 3 plus 3 is 6, plus 3 is 9, plus 3 is 12. 12. And we don't want to forget our label here too. Very important, because if we only put 12, they don't know, anybody that's reading that might not know what we are talking about. Maybe it's 12 feet, maybe it's 12 inches. Maybe it's 12 kumquats. We don't know what it is unless we put the label on there. So 12 feet, very important. Number 6, we have a 3-sided shape, which is a triangle. I'm not going to get fancy and write triangle in there, but we could, because we know it is a triangle. But we have a series of 3, 4, and 5 for our lengths of sides. And I'm even going to put the inches in here just so we don't forget. So 3 plus 4 plus 5. So 3 inches plus 4 inches plus 5 inches. 3 plus 4 is 7 plus 5 is, once again, interesting, 12 inches with our label. And last one, we have 4 sides. Okay. This could be one of a couple different shapes. We're not going to talk about it quite yet, though. It's got a fancy name to it. But we do know it has 4 sides, so it is a quadrilateral. And its side lengths are 3 centimeters, 2 centimeters, 3 centimeters, and 2 centimeters. So we got 3 plus 2 is 5, plus another 3 is 8, plus another 2 is 10. 10 centimeters. Make sure we get that label on there as well. Very important to do so. Okay. So that's all there is to it. I mean, that's what it is. Okay. That is what perimeter is. Just finding out the distance around the outside of a polygon. Okay. Not a circle. Circle's got a special one later on, but polygons especially. Okay. There will be more difficult problems we can do later on, but we're going to leave that right here for today. So that's your perimeter. Next video we're going to do is area of polygons. Now we're going to do a little bit of practice with that. That's going to take a little bit more practice just to kind of visualize what's going on. But that's our perimeter. Distance around the outside of a shape, mainly polygons. Straight-sided closed figures. Yeah, that's where we're going to leave that one for today. So as always, thank you for watching. If you have a video suggestion or idea, something you have questions about and want help with, feel free to drop that in the comments below. Otherwise, I will see you in our next video, area of polygons. Have a great rest of your day, and until next time, take care.